I'm so happy to be here with you today. So I came in, I have several messages for you to really begin your new year and to own and embody the version of you that you want to be. And here's a few key tips. As a world-renowned intuitive, one of my favorite things to do is to help people to become more intuitive and to tune into the power of their spiritual connection and to really be able to access their higher consciousness to know what they're being guided to. As a spiritual nutritionist, one of the primary things that I teach is how to eat to connect in more intuitively, how to know what you're being guided to, and how to become that divine channel through the words that we think, the thoughts that we have, through the way that we eat. So a few things that are really powerful that I wanted to share here with you today because I was called to. So I listen. First and foremost is this: when in doubt, get in nature. One of the things, I had a call with a client earlier and she said, Melissa, I'm really struggling. I'm missing my mom. I'm this, I'm that. And she said, and I've noticed that I'm out of all the routines that were bringing in the miracles and the manifestations that were having me feel so good in my life. And I said, yeah. You've completely disconnected from you've disconnected from the light. And that's what the ego will do. So no matter what you want to call the ego, whether you are Catholic and you refer to it as Satan, whether you're spiritual and you refer to it as the ego, whether you're in Kabbalah and you refer to it as Satan, it doesn't really matter. It's the human consciousness that keeps us tethered to a version of us that we don't want to be, that's low vibration in our 3D reality, and it actually causes us a lot of pain and suffering. So on the heels of this holiday, I wanted to come in here live because there's several things that you can do. When in doubt, know that you get to call yourself back to the divine, to divine consciousness, to source energy, to the power of the creator. You get to do this in a few ways. So, and your body is always talking to you. So I want to break this down in a simplified way. This is one of the messages I was really receiving, and I just wanted to share it with you here today. If you've noticed that so first and foremost, if you are disconnected from the light, from divine consciousness, you very, very quickly can open yourself up. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, because breath is the breath of life. You're going to drop back in and you're just going to say, divine creator, source energy, I open my heart, I open my mind, I turn over my worries to you, I choose to connect back to you. That's it. It does not need to be Shakespearean tongue. You don't even need to be super religious. This isn't about religion. This is about you knowing that you are a powerful creator of your reality, that you are so much more than this body. You are so much more than the world that you see. You are so much more than the doubts and the worries and the fears and the overwhelm and the stress and the constructs of time. That is all man-made, and it is actually not what we are about. I teach limitless living. Our membership is called Limitless. Why? Because we are limitless beings. And when you open yourself up to that, so I just want you to know that if you are struggling at all right now, if you're feeling lonely, if you're having struggles with money, if you are noticing that your health is not where you want it to be, you get to turn it over and say, I turn over all of my worries, fears, and doubts onto you. I turn over my struggles with food. I turn over my doubts about my body. I turn over any problems with my health. I turn over problems with wealth. I ask you to expand my consciousness, to elevate my mind, to put the people, the places, and the opportunities in front of me that I can see clearly to go higher. I ask God, universe, angels, divine mind, that I see myself through your eyes, that I see myself through the lens of the divine creator, that I love me as you love me, that I speak only love unto others, and that I know the power of my energy. And then you elevate yourself higher, knowing that you are in complete control. So how else do we do this? First and foremost, we use the powers of prayer, we use the powers of manifestation, we use the powers of scripting, we connect in with our divine mind, and we recognize that we hold the key, and that the ego is going to have you tethered. It's going to say, stay stuck. It's going to say, do things the way you've done them before. You cannot grow. You cannot become the version of you that you want to be doing things that you've done. That will never take you there. In order to become the version of you that you want to be, you have to do things differently. This is why I teach reinvention. It's not about becoming somebody different. It's actually coming into wholeness. It's stripping away everything that this 3D reality, all the projections from others, society, culture saying you need to be this, you should do that, you should have this much money, you're over 40, why are you married? You shouldn't be divorced, you need to do this, you need to do that. You don't need to do anything. You need to get aligned with the creator and say, I open myself to you. I don't want the pain and suffering. I don't want to struggle. I know that I don't need to. So in order to not struggle, we have to get out of the mind. The mind will never take you there. How did I know I needed to come in and do this live today? One, I was given the message. I was going to teach something completely different. I sat down and they were like, no. And I was like, okay, we're going to go. We're going full bound spiritual today. So I wanted to say that to you. And I've noticed I had a few client calls in our membership, and it was getting caught in the stress and the overwhelm. These are constructs of the 3D reality and is not meant for you. So if you want to go higher, just say, hey, I choose to connect in differently. I want to do things differently today. What do we do from a nourishment standpoint? I speak as a spiritual nutritionist. That means nourishment, mind, body, soul, spirit. This means not watching like the news where all they do is talk about people that are killed and what's going on in politics. You get to be the pillar of light that you want to be that out in the world, but watch something happy. Like go watch a happy Hallmark Christmas movie and call it a day. 2, go out in nature. When you are caught in your mind and you don't know what else to do, or if you tell yourself you're staying stuck, you're actually giving a direct command to your mind to stay stuck. So how do we actually get out of staying stuck? We tell ourselves, I know who I am and I know what I want. And you repeat that over and over again to your soul, and your soul's going to go, yes, we do, we know. And then it's going to vibrate on that frequency. But what else do you do to not get stuck? You actually get into action. You start walking and you get out in nature and you inhale in the fresh air. You take it in and you allow nature to raise your vibration and enhance your energy, elevate your energy naturally. Okay, so step 1, we get out of our own head, we go into prayer, we go into meditation. The ego is going to go, you don't have time for that morning practice. You don't have time to stay up late. You're not going to do that journaling anymore. It takes 1 minute to align back in, turn things over and say, I open myself to the magic and miracles that you have for me. God, divine source energy, right? For your angels, you need to speak out loud. Angels, I'm calling on you. Prayer is very powerful out of the mind. To speak to the Lord, the creator, if it's God for you, if it's Mother Nature, if it's Goddess, whatever but tether yourself to faith. Faith is, I have faith in something greater than me. I have faith in the unseen. So you're going to open yourself creatively. Open your arms. I do this every morning. I open my arms and I got God, universe, angels. I am open to the magic and the miracles that you have for me. Divinely guide me. Let me be a pillar of light for everyone that comes across my path, and let me be the love for others. And let me feel the love that you have for me. Let me see myself through your eyes. And let me be that for others. And let me be in the miracles of this life, in this world that I chose here to be, right? There's so much around us, but it can be that quick, guys. You can do it in your car. You can talk to yourself in the rearview mirror, but it's very powerful to get things out of here. This is nothing more than an artifact of past consciousness, and it will keep you stuck. Okay. Hey girl. Oh my God. It is so good to be with you guys. Hi. I don't know if this is like delayed. Hi. Okay. Next, you're going to go out in nature. So we want to get out of the stagnation of being indoors. I know it might be cold wherever you are. Just get out in nature, breathe in the fresh air. It is literally God giving you life. Universe, divine, giving you life. Breathe it in and let nature take from you the negative energy. If you can, put your feet in the earth, touch a tree. Hey, I give you all my worries and doubts. You take this, you put this in the earth, and I want love back to me. Free me of this energy, right? We are energetic beings. I mean, that's metaphysics. Like we are literally particles of energy. Give your energy back. No, thank you. I don't want the negativity. It is the holiday spirit. What are other things that you can do that can raise your vibration very quickly is putting on positive music. Whenever I'm sad, it doesn't matter. I'm like a fanatic for Christmas. I listen to Frank Sinatra Christmas carols. It can be like any time of the year. It just brings me joy. It just brings me joy. So find those things that are that for you. Now let's talk about food, because food can either raise your vibration or lower your vibration. Food can either increase you. And actually, I want you to think of yourself as you are a vessel, you are an antenna to divine consciousness. So you're either going to lower your vibration by having alcohol, right? Toxin to the body, too much sugar, too much caffeine, an oversaturation. Like I felt that today. I had like 2 cups of coffee and like everything in my body was like, meh. And I don't normally drink that much coffee. So I was like, I don't like I didn't need this. I don't know, like I got a little caught up with my frother and my cinnamon and my like the holiday and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm going to make this ginger coffee. What? And then I was like, too much. Like I actually like my body. So I'm so attuned with my body that my body was like, please have like a salad at some point today. Like just flush it out, drink a lot of water, get some lemon water in there, bring your body back to homeostasis. So when we end up eating a diet that's high in sugar, high in carbs, right? Carbs are sugar, and then they turn into fat on the body when we're eating things that aren't alive, right? They're not coming from the earth. Our body doesn't know what they are. They have a laundry list of ingredients filled with a lot of chemicals. It dampens our vibrational frequency. We are an antenna. I want you to think of it like, here's a great analogy. I want you to think of your iPhone and it has like the antenna and you're like, ooh, I don't have any bars. Spiritual nutrition. Your bars are down. So we that's when we feel the brain fog, our sleep's a little off, we're just a little bit more negative. I always say if you eat crappy food, you think crappy thoughts and then you do crappy things, like you gossip about people, all of it, like you're doing things that just aren't high vibe. Like no, we have no room to judge anybody else. I have no room to judge a person. So the last thing I'm going to do is get caught up in a gossip conversation about a family member or a friend, right? Like who like that doesn't feel good. Every time you do that, you lower your vibration. So what do we want to do instead? We want to go to high vibrational foods. We want to start our morning with lemon water. We want to allow for our body to eliminate naturally. We don't want to put food on top of in our belly when we haven't even released the toxins that happened that your body extracted from the night before. So spiritual nutrition is about being so attuned with the body that we don't ingest anything until one, we're hungry, but two, until we've had an elimination. We want to allow. So what helps eliminate the body? We do warm water with lemon in the morning. It helps with the morning elimination. It helps to detoxify the body. It helps to open up our pathways, right? It also helps to enhance our mood with the pectin fiber in the lemon. It also helps to give us this beautiful glowing skin, right? And that's what we want. We want to give our body the nutrients that it needs. We want to support our body and being the vessel for what we're doing, right? So then we want to wait until we're hungry and then ask body, what do we need? Now, what do we know about food? Well, we know that our body, we're animals by nature, so we need as much energy to get from point A to point B, right? We want to go from one to the next. So what do we want to do then? Well, we want to give it a most high vibrational food, high energy food. So what is that? What is high energy food? High energy food is I'm going to give you protein, right? I'm going to give you protein. I'm going to give you plants. I'm going to give you fruit. I'm going to give you things from the earth. And I'm going to give you water because our bodies comprise 73% of water, right? So we want to really think of if I am an antenna and everything I'm doing is either raising or lowering my vibration. So the more we raise our vibration, what are we doing? We're raising our frequency, which means we attract in more good things. We attract in opportunities. We attract in abundance, money. We attract in love. We attract in, right? Just joy and happiness. So we want to raise our vibration. So right now, if you are caught in overwhelm or stress or worry and doubt, then you've dampened your vibration, which means when we lower our vibration, then what do? Hey, I'm going to start comparing myself on social media. That's going to add to me feeling really bad about myself. And then what else am I going to do? I'm going to worry about money. Yep, I'm going to go even lower. And then I'm going to beat myself up for not having managed my money better this year. And then I'm going to look at last year and compare it to this year. And then I'm going to tell myself that I'm not good enough. And then I'm going to go and eat food because I made myself feel so bad that now I actually want to just sit in front of the television and numb out and turn off the world because now I'm going to overeat and numb out. And then that's going to make me feel so bad again that then I'm going to end up sleeping late. And I'm going to be disrupt my sleep with all the food and maybe the wine and other things. And then I'm going to repeat in my head all the things that I should have done differently. And then I'm going to be up all night and then I'm going to miss my workout in the morning. Do we see how it goes? So that's why I said the ego, whatever you want to call it, spiritual, whatever, you get to go, hey, I hear you, but I'm not going to listen. Hey, I hear you, but you're not. What did I say in the beginning of this? In order to become who you want to be, you have to do things differently. In order to have the life that you want to live, in order to have the body, you have to do things differently. Your mind will keep you on a loop of past consciousness. Your mind is nothing more than a computer of past consciousness. You are programming the mind. Please stop doing the disservice of telling yourself that you are your thoughts or that what's going on in your mind is you. You are not your emotion. You are not your thoughts. You're not. Your thoughts have just created beliefs that then created identities. This is, again, why I work on reinvention, right? So if you ever, by the way, if this is speaking to you and you're like, yes, I really want to shift my identity, I want to do things differently, we're running our next identity shift workshop on Monday, December 30th. I will put a link below. And if you're like, and if you guys missed it, I ran a live event called Reinvent Yourself Before 2025. It's in on my channel. Go under lives and you will see Reinvent Yourself before 2025. It's like a 2.5-hour event with a workbook. And if you want the workbook, just email support@melissakathryn.com. But I think it's like all over YouTube. I mean, you could just go and sign up now and you end up getting it in your email. But I created that as a free resource to guide you. So please go watch that, put it on. And if you're like, I am ready to go all in on reinvention, we have 4 spots left in my reinvention program and we start on January 14th. Okay. So let's get back into this. Now, what do we do in terms of movement to raise our vibration and our frequency, right? To actually have and be that high vibrational version, right? What do we do to start off the new year in this way? We have to start moving our bodies. So there's a phrase that I always say in my community and everybody knows it. Do what you can, where you can, when you can. Stop making it a mountain. No, nobody wants to start to go up the mountain. It's going up the mountain's too much. Do what you can, where you can, when you can. Just tell yourself, I'm going to go for 10 minutes. We always end up doing 20. Great. Going to do 20. Then tomorrow, maybe I'll do 30. Do what you can, where you can, when you can. You're sitting at home right now. Get on a walking treadmill. Go for a walk outside after a meal. Start doing things and make it easy. The mind will want to do what's easy, but it's going to stop you from doing anything that feels like too much or too difficult. Movement releases stagnation. Okay? So all of these things are going to support you in going higher and raising your vibration. But most of all, more than anything, if you are disconnected, I need you to take a moment right now, pull out a pen and paper, and start scripting out and be intentional. My intention for today is, my intention for the holiday season is, my intention for feeling blank in my body is. And then you write it out as if it's happened. We're not putting anything in the future tense. I am so happy and grateful that. I'm so happy and grateful that I feel so good in my body, that I honored my body throughout the holiday. I'm so happy and grateful that everything that I desired came to me. I'm so happy and grateful that this holiday season I practiced presence and I stayed connected to my body, and I went to bed each night with a full heart, a happy heart, and a peace in my body. I am so happy and grateful that the money came to me, that the sales came in before the end of the year. I'm so happy and grateful. And then you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna see it, and you're gonna allow the vision to unfold, but it all starts with the pen. And you're gonna take that pen and paper, and you're gonna declare, this pen is magic for me. Everything I write comes true for me. I am an epic manifester. Everything I desire, I manifest instantly. This journal, everything, even write it at the top of the journal on the first page. Get a journal for 2025. In this journal, everything that I write down comes true for me. It does. And then your job is to believe that, because then it does. That's the thing. All manifestation is your belief. What do you believe to be true? Your assumptions are going to say everything about what you believe about yourself. Whatever you assume will happen about a scenario, whatever you assume is going to happen with your weight, whatever you assume is going to happen with the launch or with your whatever you're doing with your family or the holiday. So flip the script, notice it, and then go, what do I want? And then impress that upon the mind. I'm so happy and grateful that my family, we got along so well. It was amazing. We created beautiful memories. I'm so happy and grateful that this person is in optimal health and this happened. I'm so happy and grateful that my children and I, we had the best time. I'm so happy and grateful that whatever that is for you, okay? So you get to bless it, you get to see it, you get to feel it, and then you get to impress upon the mind over and over. The mind does not know a difference between a dream or reality, that this is real for you, that it's true for you, that it happened. And the mind will go, oh, that did happen. Oh yeah, she and her ex, they got along great. Oh yeah, this happened so well. Oh, that she ended up losing weight through the holiday. Oh my God, she felt so good. Whatever it is for you, you get to create it. You hold the key. You have all the power, lady love. I promise you. So you're going to script it, you're going to see it, you're going to feel it, and then you're going to do everything in your power to believe it as true and dispel any and all things that say that it can't happen for you. But most of all, it starts by you getting out of your own way and recognizing that you are not alone in this journey, that you have support. You have me. I got your back. Connect back in to faith. Raise your vibration. Get outside, drink more water, connect in, have real foods. But most of all, turn over all your worries and doubts, connect back into divine consciousness and say, I'm calling on you. Please take this fear away from me. Transform my mind, transform my thinking. Heal me of this. I give it to you. Rewire my mind and bring me back to the version of me that is completely whole and happy. And elevate my energy beginning today to align with my highest self. And let him lead me. And I will obey. I will listen. Because that's another thing. We get guidance each and every day. But are you listening? So I don't know if you guys saw my reel, but I was saying, when we are getting guidance, when you hear something, when you watch a movie, when you hear a lyric, when all of a sudden something stands out in a book that you read and you're highlighting it, that is your soul speaking to you. It's saying, hey, here is the answer to that question. Hey, here is the answer to that prayer. Are you guys with me on this? Has this happened for you where you're like, oh, like that is distinctly meant for you? Your eardrum, your personal eardrum heard that exact word. It extracted it and said, oh my God, that lyric. Yes, we need to watch that movie. Oh, that person said that. Wow, that really stood out to me. I can't believe I just heard this thing in this podcast. Do you know that you and like 100 other people could listen to one podcast and every one of you is going to get something different? Why? Because everyone's soul is different and it's pulling on the prayer, the ask, the desire on your heart. And it's saying, hey, I'm guiding you. I'm giving this to you. And when you get the guidance in repetition, not once, not twice, 3, 4, 5 times, what is happening? It's the universe saying, hey, are you listening? I want you to trust this. I want you to believe in this. I want you to be this. I want you to know that this is truth for you. This is the exact next step, and then your job is to take it. So what is that for you? What are you being guided to? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what spoke to you today and what you're going to do to raise your vibration. What is your higher self calling you to? All my love, guys. And if you want to do my identity shift workshop, it is happening on the 30th of December. We're going to set you up. It's my 3-hour workshop. The link is below. If you missed Reinvent Yourself Before 2025, it's under my lives here on YouTube. Go and check it out. There's a workbook. It was epic. It was like 2.5-hour free event that I created specifically for you so that you could step into your most powerful year yet. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to be with you in our next video. Stay tuned. Bye.